What's going on, folks? It's your man B More Rock Song 187 coming to you live and direct. We're just doing a little bit of streaming. I'm testing out everything. I don't have all of my new equipment yet. Well, the only thing I'm getting is a mic arm so that my microphone is going to be coming from this side. I clip it to the shelf over here. That shelf. Well, yeah, you can see it. Clipping on that shelf there, and then I'm gonna have it like that far away from my mouth with the little spit screen or what have you. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. That's the future of this stream in the world. So we are getting into. Oh, here we are. It's two people won't be more. It's live. Yeah, and that's what I plan on doing. It's should be not saying that. There we go. I don't know, I make them. There we go. Cool. It may have profanity. What the heck, bro? That's crazy. It's not what I want you to do. Yeah. Okay. Really? Okay, whatever. That's a little bonkers there. Instead of staying where I had you, you just chose to completely abandon ship. Yeah. Let's stay where I have you at, man. Mobile suit Gundam, I don't care about that right now. Alright. Eh. Cool. I guess. I don't know. I'll leave you right here for a second. Going to YouTube. But I will use Safari to go to YouTube. There we go. I shouldn't say testing is this thing on. It should actually say what I have it set for. Playing a little Starfield now. Why didn't you rename everything, my guy? That's crazy. Next. Well, that's cool. Uh, stream. I don't know if you stream. I don't want to do. All right, it actually says it. All right, cool. Let's go back. Starfield. Okay, so I guess we can get here and get to what we actually want to get to, which is just a button that I had set. That's the start the stream. That's this one. And all right, well, let's just go right into it. Game stream. And get into the what? Hey. No, I don't want to start a new game. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, I landed on Venus. All right. Imagine that. There you go. We're on Venus, but it's kind of a viewpoint, so. Planet Uptown. Hopefully, things will get interesting.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Alexa, turn off workshop.
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened to us.
Let's see.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your
I just want to get all these approvals over with.
Don't let me into hotel. Don't want to kill us.
That's very generous, Mr. Hope.
It's well earned, Birgit. We set some ambitious quotas. And you met every one of them.
Well, I won't pretend it was easy, but everyone pulled together and we got it done.
I'll let you share the good news whenever and however you like.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Something more you need, Deputy? Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news. Did you now? Well, don't keep me in suspense. Oh, the same Paxton Hull who was court-martialed during the Colony War? Well, I've never met the man, and I can't imagine why he'd make an accusation against me.
Because you crooked as a North Carolina fence. Come on now, man.
Seems I put my trust in the wrong man. I suppose that changes things. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Birgit. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
I'm sure you had a good reason.
Just hear me out, and you'll see. I had a good reason for what I did. The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so. We needed solutions. A few years ago, I began to diversify. We started to research chemicals, fuel, those sort of things. We developed an experimental fertilizer. And it failed utterly. It wiped out entire crops. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. Turns out, our fertilizer was transforming the soil, bolstering its mineral content tenfold. Not all at once, of course. But we could never find anything that would grow in it. Eventually, everything we tried to plant failed. And died. Mining is expensive, and so is the cost of raw materials. My mineral-enriching fertilizer solves several problems at once. The farmers provide free manual labor, and once the land is ready, we move in to extract and process the soil. I never intended for anyone to be hurt. I told Hull to buy the land, not take it by force. Unfortunately, farmers can be stubborn folk. And I couldn't risk any witnesses.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people, to families?
Not another word out of you, Birgit. I can take your job. And more. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up.
Yeah, man.
I give you my word that I'll call off the operation and return the land to its rightful owners. You're right, of course. Something must be done. I'll set up a fund to handle funeral expenses and take care of any surviving family members. We'll do this the right way. I give you my word.
Your word ain't worth shit.
You're right, yeah. Those families deserve to be compensated for the inconvenience. Perhaps a discount on their next purchase from Hotech. With that resolved, let's talk about you. As a member of the Council of Governors, I'm authorized to award you a substantial bonus. And of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little cost-cutting endeavor. Did I not make myself clear? I'm offering you a reward for a job well done. Nothing more. And with that job so capably done, we'll consider the matter closed. I'll be needing that slate from Major Hull, of course.
Yo, Stanley. Yeah, I gotta do my job.
Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy.
Oh my god.
There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company and my employees. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to put all these people out of work and make their families suffer? But on a much larger scale, yes. Well, I'm afraid there's no avoiding it. The past can't be changed. You put me away, and this company will fall apart. I'll make myself very plain. I won't let you jeopardize my reputation, this company, or the people who work for me. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident at the hands of my security personnel, so be it. I'm important. You're nothing.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
You just threatened a member of the Council of
See
Governors.
this face? Don't give a shit.
On my authority, you're stripped of rank, declared an outlaw. Guards! Dispose of this criminal!
You better run, cause bro, I'm about to 86 you. You're dead. Where you running to? Oh no, Corset. No, chick. You got to go. Cosette. Who else? Somebody haul-tailed all the way over here. Yeah, buddy. Mr. Security Officer. Shotgun shot. We got a bit back. Thank you. Now, Mr. Hopewell, you want to get your security forces out here. Try. Oh, who's shooting? Headshot, baby. Not that I have to be, but I am a surgeon when it comes to this here shotgun. He said he stripped me of my ring.
He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person.
Scene.
But everything he said about the farmers and hiring those mercenaries, it was so awful.
Security bastard, put on a friendly face. People go ahead. Yeah, no, that's
I'm just a little in shock. I'm still not sure I understand what happened. A conspiracy to steal farmland? It's just so hard to believe. That's not the Ron Hope I know. No, you're wrong. That's not all he was. He always looked out for us, for his employees. We never saw that side of him. And now he's... You killed him. Nobody should ever want that. Especially when it means killing someone who meant so much
Oh
to
my
so
God,
many
Fergie.
people. What happens to us now? That would be Elana. Elana Nwankwo. She seems pretty capable. Maybe we'll be okay after all.
maybe.
I guess we'll have to figure things out. Find a path forward.
That's crazy. She all pissy. Nobody got time for that. You killed them. What shall we do? Build a bridge. Get over it.
I am grateful that I was not programmed as a farming robot. They break.
They break. I'm trying to get to the marshal. The marshal's at the rock. Let's go to the rock. Fast travel. Definitely what you want to make sure you do. Somehow get reprimanded for killing somebody, a member of the Free Star.
Well, hey there.
The Council of Governors meeting our very own.
Good to see you back safe, Deputy.
Yeah.
What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there? Well, don't get too used to killing. For a ranger, that's always a last resort. Did you find out why the first was taking over farms?
Yep.
Wait a damn minute. You're saying Ron Hope was behind this whole thing?
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests.
Sound like somebody we
Sure,
know.
he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all? That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims.
Like the gunfire after he freaking.
All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this?
Yeah, man. He's a bitch.
Sounds like his pride got the best of him. Damn. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Freestar Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Freestar Ranger?
Nah.
Good. Duty and honor are the backbone of the Freestar Rangers. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger.
You was gonna pay me
Here's your
$20,000.
badge. Wear it with
Badge come
pride.
with some money.
But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents.
Just try to be-
I know you will, Ranger. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Way to go.
Oh, I got an Eagle class starship. Nice. Up 18,800 credits.
Congratulations. The promotion's well earned.
Something you need from me?
Nah, bro, no.
A ranger's work is never truly done.
Got new toys. Shipwright.
Need some work done? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple land. Sure, how about it?
Star Eagle. 2280 cargo capacity. It's a little bit more than what I got. You know what? Let's make this the home ship. So. I need to also things a Stroud Equinol. Okay, where are we? Cricks. Is that where the key is? Alright, go to the key. Did I jump too soon? Oh well, don't we get off of here because they'll start shooting after that'll be bad. That will be bad. But oh. Yep, I'm still there on the right side. That's good. That's great. Okay, so.
Are you looking to start something?
I'll kick your butt. But yeah, no.
Is Samina seeing anyone right now? Patience. I got a sword here.
Weapons. That's not what I want. This is what I want to ship services. So I'm actually go in here.
Thanks for making me look good. I would have had to kill you otherwise.
Here to anything ship related, you're at the right place. If you've got the credits, I've got. Oh, yeah, nothing like changing it up to make a ship feel new again.
Alright, cool. Ship kind of looks like the Galaxy Ranger ship. Anybody knows anything about old cartoons? Yeah, exactly what it looks like. But why are we here? We are here because we need to add something to our ship. What do we need to add to our ship? To be honest, we need a ship because I need cargo. So let's do this. Full aircraft gear, fuel tank equipment, engines, cockpits, cargo, and I need shielded cargo. 200 cc's. 100 cm, 200 cm, 1,000 shielded cargo. Let's. I'm gonna stick there and get another one. Yep, 3. I need to flip you. Alright, cool. No warnings, so we can accept, spend our little bit of pennies, and let's go ahead and inspect her. Cool. So,
You've got stuff to smuggle, I've got the stuff to hide it. No, but just remember, I don't work for free.
alright. Make sure.
Sounds like fun. Let's...
Make sure this is alright. Shielded capacity is 380. On the frontier 0. Razor leaf is 160. The weight is 190. I never even got to do the PCH, but this will work.
The fleet's the only family you need.
Yeah.
All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Juan Dai. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY-920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
Definitely. We're talking cargo depots, star yards, research stations, and, like in SY-920's case, military outposts. I've never seen someone new to the game have so many contacts. It's the reason we let her join up in the first place. I don't know how she accomplished that. We've been trying to crack some of those places for years. I sure hope so. She might be our only crack at finding a decent decryption device. Once Juan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the comm spike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning there should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it. Unfortunately, I have no idea. Like Neva said, it's a prototype, so it could look like anything. Once you're inside SY-920 and you're behind their firewalls, you should pick through their computer system. With any luck, it'll point you the right way.
Oh, and one more thing. SY-920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Okay, you'll make sure. More like get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you,
Friskiness.
get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that comm spike in your cargo bay. I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better. The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants. Hit me up if you got questions.
Alright, so I don't need to know whether you see constantly. I've explored every system along this road. I don't care about the constant, so missions. I need to go to New Atlantis anyway, so let's go ahead and do this one. Alright, let's see. According to this, it looks like it's stable.
Today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Who the hell called me?
Another day, another credit. Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper? You should check out the commercial district. There's some cool shops there. And if you want a whole new look, there's even an enhance. Oh, hi there. I'm doing... Glad to hear it. Yeah. Life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? That's amazing. I'm so jealous.
Don't be.
One day you'll have to tell me and Tony all about them, okay?
No.
Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use the Terracino from Terrabrew right now. Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
Going shopping. Go this way. That way. Let's roost.
Were you seen?
It's not like we're doing anything wrong or illegal.
If my boss found out I was dating someone from... you know...
We never, ever talk about work or any trade secret stuff. It's none of their business what I do in my personal life.
Tell that to me when I get fired.
So, This is it? You want to end it?
No. I just worry.
It'll be okay.
Y'all suck. Alright, anyway.
You didn't hear anything, right?
You
It's
know, I
only
went
a
to
matter
chef
of time
school.
before they find out.
This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
Can we have some privacy, please?
Hey, you want privacy? Okay, yeah, sure, why not? On the map, it said Terra is near here. This is the whetstone. You know what? Haha.
Thanks for choosing Terra. What can I get you? Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. Certainly. Please take your time.
What did she say she wanted? Terrible. I think she said a potato. We'll get myself a macchiato. Let's see. Cappuccino.
Hello and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I Certainly. Please take your time.
Alright. I keep pausing it. Like,
That neon fella. Now this did happen.
There she is.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis one day. I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good. Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. See you around.
See you around. Okay. Clearly not what I want to do. She's literally a mummy.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy,
They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise. That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue.
Girl, you stand out there.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Yeah. Come on, girl. Come on, person. I guess I need to actually put a fan control my computer because how's she getting from me? Like, come on now.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you.
What you want to know?
Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we?
Your boy started.
And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Essene has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
I can second, Madam President. What I saw from the report reinforces the idea that this was an anomalous spawning. The other factions are as at risk as we are.
Huh. A fine point, Dr. Kulkarni. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives? That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one. Very well, you have my agreement. The galaxy is lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done. We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Bullets. That's no, that's heavy fuse. Justifier, 50 cal. 45, 50 cal. That's not what I...
God, you got here when you did. I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here. Or you could have used the EM gun like you were ordered. These are lives you're playing with here, so get your head in the game. Understand? Now, officer. The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Obviously, because I pulled out my strap and started unaliving people.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Now I can use my big boy toys. No.
All sides! Oh, God. Whatever you're
Performing that feat regularly could lead to permanent injury. Please perform a wellness check and address any injuries.
Wait, officer. Are you this woman experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the land, barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts. Roger that. We're on you.
Someone wants to take us on? Bring it.
Look alive, Captain!
They're going to eat you alive.
Let's do this!
I'm coming for you.
I've still got it after all.
guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting the rooms.
They said you're free to come and go.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am. Security loses an officer.
There you are.
It makes my responsibility
I
to call
believe
their family.
we have some things we should...
I've
Captain?
a lot of calls to make.
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, you two were in the right. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data.
I just collected data from you.
Will you help us?
Yeah, sure.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack are greater than I think we realize.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Alright, do I want to talk to this chick?
These creatures can hit us into Atlantis. No way.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
I hate people that's shady when I walk in the door.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Nah, man.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun, to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done. I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ooh, I got some money.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. Of course, but there is Another wrinkle.
Oh, it's always
We're not
wrinkles.
100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador. It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Yes? What?
Alright, we got our game plan. Let's get down to the lobby. And probably going to shut it down for the day. Like to thank y'all for hanging out. Anybody that was here with me on the stream. No chats
Yes?
in the thing.
You needed something?
Chat. No, I don't need anything. No chats, no questions to ask. But hey, guys, if you get on here, feel free in the chat. I can see my Twitch streams because I have it on the screen on my computer. I set up a few things so that I can get a little better control of things. I don't have a stream deck, but I do have touch controls. So, on behalf of the Old Man Gamer, peace.